see men and women as different? Do you see men from Mars and women from Venus, for instance, or do you see masculine and feminine within both of us? How do you view sexuality?
I see them. I see both men and women embodying both, but definitely I feel that I mean, the reality is that the woman's brain is different than the man's brain. I mean, neuroscientists. Oh, absolutely. That's why. I mean,
is it bigger?
No, but I will tell you, like 2/3 of like the man's brain is geared more towards than women towards aggression and sexual drive. Mm-hmm. So if women were to understand that, maybe they would like hold more space to understand why men might be more sexual. The certain things like that. With women, like if you touch them, and oxytocin will stay in their body much longer. Therefore, they might bond to a person much longer. Therefore, it's much harder to have casual sex. Okay. Whereas with a man, it dissipates much quicker. That's why oftentimes like men and women will connect, that a man will like sometimes fly 2,000 miles regardless if he's going to see the woman just maybe for a couple hours or whatever, because he needs his fix.
Right.
Whereas with a woman, it can stay and linger in her body for a little while.
So when you're saying about a fix, I mean, if you don't mind me asking, like with the couples,
yes.
Yeah, the couples work you do and around sexuality and around relationship, like I noticed that David Deida's work, you have many books here. You have a fantastic library of books. How do you feeling about like the ejaculation with the man? And David Deida's work is about, as you know, about recycling this energy. I mean, is that something you practice yourself with sort of the Tantra type of work in this recirculating the energy rather than sort of ejaculating?
I think everything's always a practice. Mm-hmm. And so I don't think it's something I'll ever master, nor do I ever want to. And it's his work, but I mean, it's work that comes from like, say, Mantak Chia also, where he teaches the same thing. I think what's more important than any of that is just how you feel with yourself and your partner in that moment. Mm-hmm. Meaning that if you want to release this in that moment and give that to her, give her that gift, then I think that's more important than trying to, say, preserve the energy. Right. But I also know this, that for most men, after you ejaculate, you're toast, you're gone. What happens, you become very relaxed and tired and so on. It's a chemical response, whereas with women, they get usually more excited. And that's why men are like, you know, after you've gotten off, they're like, oh, let's do it more. You're like, oh my God, like give me 15, give me 20 or whatever. You're like,
is that all? My God, that's amazing. Well done, Dr. Ray.
Yeah. So it's like women you see that. Women, they seem to be able to have like bigger orgasms after that one big one. You're like thinking, holy shit.
But you're saying this is because of the sort of the chemical release within them and the brain, actually.
Chemical release, but think about this for a moment too. Mm-hmm. Is this for men, you would have a greater chance in impregnating your woman or women in general the quicker that you can ejaculate. Mm-hmm. I mean, because just if you're being chased by some predator, or if it were really, the climates were really harsh, then like having a guy like last an hour, you know, candlelight dinner 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years ago, it just wouldn't work. So he would want to be able to perform quicker. Yeah. And secondly, for a woman, when she is more orgasmic, when she actually has an orgasm, it actually draws the seed. So imagine her, while she's having a guy inside of her, she still energetically is, whether she's aware of it or not, whether or not she would want to be impregnated by this man. Even if she's on the pill, there's still her biology that's going to take over. If it's something she's not really sure about, it might take some time for her to really relax and let herself orgasm, just because of that. Because again, she could get pregnant. Whereas and in addition to that, if she gets pregnant, she's got to carry this for 9 months. She has to be very careful. Whereas a man, they could be blowing their load everywhere and it does not matter. They're not going to be bound to anything. They can go back out and hunt.